안녕하세요 시청자 여러분, 하투할 시간입니다. 오늘은 스노퀄미시 매튜 라슨 시장님을 모시고 시 운영과 발전 계획에 대해서 알아보겠습니다. Hello, Mayor Larson. How are you?
Hello, how are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions about the city and yourself. What has been the most fulfilling aspect of your role in the city during the past 12 years of your service as a mayor?
Well, I think what I found is it's just a tremendous privilege and honor to be in a position where you can really impact and change and improve the quality of life for citizens, and particularly with the changes and the growth that we've had in Snoqualmie, whether it's doing revitalization projects in downtown or building a new community center or a new fire station, new city hall. It's just exciting to be part of playing a role in doing things that really improve the quality of life overall for citizens and people. Just places that families can go to play, a new park, and so forth. So yeah, really very satisfying.
What initiated your involvement in government leadership and community improvement?
Yeah, well, ironically, it was, as is probably often the case, it started from my coming down to City Hall complaining about some proposed changes on some parks facilities the city was doing. And the mayor at that point then said, well, he appointed me to the Parks Commission. Figured if I was going to complain a bunch, I might as well be part of the solution and be part of on the Parks Commission. So I often warn people when they come down and complain, I say, if you complain enough, I'm going to stick you on a board of commission. The next thing you know, you'll have to be a council member or a mayor. So, but it got started there. But once I got involved with the Parks Commission, I became more and more intrigued and fascinated with local government and what was going on in the city. So it's been one of the most exciting things I've done in my life.
Can you tell us about Snoqualmie's relationship with its South Korean sister city, Gangjin?
Yes, we have a really unique opportunity where a delegation that was sent out from the president of South Korea over 11 years ago came to Snoqualmie, and as a follow-up, a mayor from Gangjin requested that we start a student exchange program or Sister Cities program with them, which we did. We put together our own Sister Cities program, and it's been just a phenomenal program that's been going for over 10 years. It's impacted the lives of literally hundreds of kids and families in both America and in South Korea. There's a lot of ones that have established strong friendships and relationships between the two cities where, little brothers and sisters of older kids are now connecting with the same families, and, they stay in touch on Facebook. And so it really accomplishes what the Sister Cities program was intended, which was to foster better relations internationally throughout the world, more understanding between different cultures and countries.
The general director of the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea, Young-hoon Moon, invited you to the games. What aspect of that experience are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, that was a really unique experience. The individual who actually facilitated the delegation that came to Snoqualmie 10 years ago was a Deputy Director Moon from Korea. He actually came to Snoqualmie and lived here for 18 months with his family. We got to know him quite well. When he went back to Korea, he wrote a book about Snoqualmie, about local autonomy or small communities. And then he was eventually promoted to work in the presidential staff at the Blue House, and then is now a general director in charge of the U.S. Olympics, and invited us to come over. And it's just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As I understand, I'm going to be assigned to a group that receives delegations from around the world as they come to the U.S. Olympics. So my wife is coming with me, and we're quite excited about the opportunity. I'll be gone for an entire month in Korea.
Wow.
in the month of February. So.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
In 2015, you were elected by peers to serve as the president of the Sound Cities Association. What is the Sound Cities Association, and what are your duties as a president of that organization?
Yeah, so the Sound Cities Association exists in King County alone. It's a collection of 38 cities in King County other than the city of Seattle, and we all come together to basically discuss policy issues at a local, regional, or state level that might impact cities, and to basically lobby and advocate and protect one another in terms of the interests of cities and municipal governments. It was a great honor and privilege for me in that my peers back in 2015 asked that I serve as the president of that association. And my role was to basically represent all 38 of those communities, whether it was going down to testify in Olympia or just talking at regional events and to speak to the issues that we had identified that were concerns of cities in the King County area.
It sounds really challenging.
It was, but it was very exciting. It was a real great honor for me to be in that role.
Okay. During your tenure as mayor, Snoqualmie has experienced rapid growth in various areas of city development. What do you think is the reason for Snoqualmie's growth and ability to thrive?
Yeah, so that the growth, we were one of the fastest growing cities in the state of Washington for over a decade, and that was a result of the state's Growth Management Act that was passed in 1991. The idea was to assure that growth just didn't spread all over this, a lot of the pristine, beautiful wilderness, and there's so many sensitive, beautiful areas in Washington state that we want to protect and preserve those, but we know the state's going to grow. So the idea is to direct growth into more dense urban areas and define those with urban growth boundaries and protect all the other rural areas. And Snoqualmie Ridge was a master plan community in Snoqualmie that was a part of that philosophy. We went from a population of 1,600 to now over 13,500 population in a little more than 15 years. We're approaching the full build out of Snoqualmie Ridge now, but it's been a really exciting transitional part of our history for me to be part of that for the last 12 years. Really just transforming and building a very different kind of community, again with all these new facilities, and it's afforded us an opportunity to I think many cities would love an opportunity to sort of know what things they'd want to correct and change in a community. We had the opportunity to sort of start with a blank slate and say, hey, if you could do it all over again, how would you design a community? And we really designed this beautiful, walkable, pedestrian-centric community.
What are some issues in Snoqualmie that are on your agenda to resolve?
Well, connected to what I just said about growth, the biggest issue is we're about a year and a half away from the full build out of that Snoqualmie Ridge master plan community. And the biggest challenge is to make sure is a lot of revenue from all of the growth that is one time. That revenue could disappear very quickly, and so we want to make sure that we are fiscally sustainable as we come to the full build out, and that we're in pretty good shape. And right now things are looking very bright. We've just built a new Safeway store, a Bartell's store, and a new hotel is being built too to capture more of the tourism in town. And so, again, it's kind of tending to making sure we're balancing all those priorities as we come to the full build out of Snoqualmie Ridge. And doing it in a way that really is respectful of and protects this. We're just in such a unique place out here, being at the foothills of the Cascade Mountains and with Snoqualmie Falls, to protect the beauty and the spectacular uniqueness of this valley.
Okay. What projects are currently being undertaken to enhance the quality of life for the residents of Snoqualmie?
Well, one project that I'd like to look at in the next 4 years is the expansion of our community center. We don't have right now. It's one of the highest performing community centers in the country, or YMCA's, by virtue of its how many people or members from the service area. Second highest, in fact, in the country. But we don't have a pool, and so we need to expand and put more in that facility. It's kind of busting at the seams. We have lots of kids and families in this community. So that's, I think, a big exciting project in the future, or maybe a spray park connected with that. The downtown revitalization is also a big piece of that. Snoqualmie, if you came here 10 years ago, looked pretty tired and worn and beat up downtown. We've done a lot of work to completely rebuild the sidewalks, infrastructure, and boardwalks around the railway depot. The depot's a beautiful place in the downtown, and we've really kind of rebuilt the infrastructure around a railroad theme, and we're looking to do a river walk down there too, on the waterfront, so restaurants can have places that people can spill out and have dinner on the river. The Railway Museum is one of our greatest assets downtown. It drives about 120,000 visitors a year through that, and we've been doing tremendous work or making great strides with the Northwest Railway Museum to do things to allow them to really raise the bar and make that a premier destination or railway country.
You are recognized as an advanced certified municipal leader by the Association of Washington Cities. What does this title mean, and how did you obtain this certification?
Yeah, that's so any elected official can go through this program. The Association of Washington Cities is similar to the Sound Cities Association, except that rather than being just for the county, it's for all of the cities in the state of Washington. And they have similar kind of advocacy programs and lobbying for the interest of cities throughout the state, and conferences and so forth, and a lot of courses and classes that you can go to help you be a more effective elected official. And if you, they have basically an accreditation program that if you attend enough of the seminars and training programs, that if you get up to 30 credits, you get a certification as a certified municipal leader. If you get twice as many or 60 credits, you get an advanced certification. I think at this point I've got about 120, so I'm like a super advanced certified municipal leader. But it's a great resource to help support better decision making and leadership throughout the state.
For the city.
At local levels, yeah.
Okay. Snoqualmie Falls is a popular tourist attraction and a testament to the natural beauty found in the Pacific Northwest. What is the significance of Snoqualmie Falls to the city?
Well, it's profoundly significant for us, and not just for us as a city, but we're well aware it's significant for the state of Washington. It's an iconic location, I think, for the state of Washington. In fact, as I understand, it's the second most touristed natural site in the state of Washington, second to only Mount Rainier. We have about 1.8 to 2 million visitors a year that come through out to see Snoqualmie Falls. That number's been rapidly increasing with a lot of new folks that have moved to this region. It's also a very sacred, special place for the Snoqualmie tribe. They consider that their birthplace where the Snoqualmie peoples were born. It was sort of their Garden of Eden, so it's a very special place to them as well. But you see it on our city logo. You know, we're very proud that we're home to the Snoqualmie Falls.
Good, I like that.
It's, yeah, in fact, it's about 270 feet or 80 meters tall. It's the tallest waterfall west of the Mississippi. It's about 100 feet taller than Niagara Falls.
Do you visit often?
Oh, I never get tired of visiting Snoqualmie Falls. You know,
Okay. Well, that wraps up the interview with KBS Washington. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.